saw, I have a one-step challenge.
This is a one-pan challenge.
All right, we got it out of the oven. Not dry at all. You can taste the juices and you can taste the flavoring. So, hey, good morning. So today we are gonna make these chicken thighs. As you saw, I have a one-step challenge by Betty J. Gathers. If you haven't gone to her channel, make sure you do. Let's open them up and we're gonna wash the chicken. These are chicken thighs. And I only got, I think this is like 1.5 pounds because there's only 2 of us that are gonna be eating them. So the chicken's washed. So the next step I'm going to do is I'm gonna marinate them in this Asian sesame, ginger, and soy dressing marinade. So we're going to drop some of that in this little Ziploc bag. That's the end of the bottle. And then I'm just going to put some Italian seasoning in there. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this in there just to get some flavor going in here with the Asian sesame. And then you're going to zip the bag, or clip it, whatever. It's a Ziploc, right? And we're gonna squish this all around. And you can put as much marinade in here as you want. We were at the end of the bottle, but we have another one, but we don't really need, I think there's plenty in here. So we're gonna leave it like this. We got all the seasonings going. And what I'm gonna do is take out a plate and lay it flat on this plate and stick it in the fridge. So the first thing we are going to do is cut up our vegetables. We got some green beans and we got some yellow squash, and earlier we had onions with their lunch, so I had already diced up some onions. And I got green beans from the local store, so I need to cut them up and pare them off. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. So the squash, how we're gonna cut it is we're gonna do it at a little angle. I just like it like that. I don't know why, but I feel like it cooks better. And then, once I have all this cut up, we'll come back, and I did preheat the oven to 400 degrees. So oven's preheating. I'm gonna cut up the vegetables, and we will come back and show you how we're gonna put this all together and get it in the oven. What we're gonna do is we did not wash the green beans before we cut them, so I want to make sure that the green beans are washed. And the same with the squash. Put them back in this little bowl. So we did not have a rack that fits this, so we're gonna make do. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to layer the bottom of this with foil. That's because the juices. Then I'm going to make do with this, but I want to put some foil on some of this for the vegetables. And then I'm going to come back and get all these vegetables. Come on here. Don't forget, this is a one-pan challenge, so I have to keep everything to one pan to follow the rules. We are going to try to make do here. And then the challenge is going to be trying to lift this into the oven with one piece. And then we've got some onions, so I'm going to dice some onions on here. So now we gotta just make sure we spray the grapes on here. And we've got to crack an egg. Crack this egg. We want to add a dab of Italian seasoning. Then what I want to do is I'm going to stir it in here. Gotta whip up this little egg. Then we're going to take it out of this plastic. And one thing you might want to do when you marinate, which I did not do, is poke holes in the chicken so the actual marinade gets through the chicken with a fork. You can dab holes. So we're going to dip it in the egg. This will help the breading stick. So, and then you just dab it like that. And then we bring it back to the pan and we stick it on the pan. And like I said, I have preheated the oven to 400. So what you can do too, the last couple minutes, is maybe turn the oven up to broil it for like a minute if you want crispier skin on your chicken. How we're gonna do this? I really just need this under to collect the juices. I think what I'm gonna do is bring this shelf down because I don't want the skin to get too crisp. And I'm gonna go on and set this on the top. All right, so we're gonna close this oven and we're gonna let it cook on 400 for about 35 to 40 minutes. I'll probably check it in about 35 minutes. I forgot you're supposed to put a dab of butter on each of the pieces of chicken so it doesn't dry out. I totally forgot about it. Just stick a little bit of butter on there. That's gonna add to the juices, guys. Now we're in the last couple minutes. It was 35 minutes. I took this out of the oven. The vegetables look a little bit dry, so I'm just putting some butter on them. And then I wanna add a little bit of seasoning. Oh, and this is just everyday Trader Joe's seasoning I'm putting right here. Well, let me go on and melt the butter. Let me go on and put this in here, let the butter melt, let it cook for another 5 minutes, and then I might broil it for like 3 minutes just to get the skin a little brown on the chicken.
A few minutes later.
All right, so I had moved this up to broil. I put it in broil 500 for about 3 minutes and took it out. And now we are just letting it cool for a little bit before we dig into this. But as you can see, the onions I probably should have cooked them a little bit before we stuck them on here. The green beans got a little crispy when I put it on broil. But they're still good. I had a little taste of one. So yeah, we're gonna let this cool. And then once we start digging in, we'll show you what it looks like. All right, we got it out of the oven. It's cool. I did make a roll to go with it. And we got our veggies. So let's cut into the chicken and look how moist that looks in there. You can see some of the juices still in there. And now we are going to take a bite. It's not dry at all. You can taste the juices and you can taste the flavoring. So let me just taste the vegetables. The squash is still crunchy, so it came out really great. Green beans, same thing. Green beans got a little overcooked on some of them, but that's because I broiled it at the end. So you might not want to use green beans. It's your choice if you're going to do the broiling. Other than that, easy meal. This probably takes you 45 minutes and maybe 10 minutes to prep, so an hour long to have this ready. But it's very easy. Very easy to clean. You've got your 2 dishes here. Thank you, Betty J. Gathers, for the challenge. And now I'm going to challenge somebody else. So M&T Cooking, it's now your turn to be challenged with a 1-dish cooking challenge. So we'll look forward to your video and go back and look at Betty's if you haven't seen it already. And we will pin her video at the bottom of this video. So if you haven't, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.